The Man of Letters in the Modern World by Tate. In the modern world, the role of the man of letters is to recreate the image of man. He should also propagate standards that would help others to test that image. But the problem for the man of letters is that all languages are debased by the modern techniques of mass control. However, he is responsible for improving the vitality of language. He must attempt to rediscover the human conditions in the living arts. A man of letters must keep up his standards. The aim of the literary arts is not the control of other persons, but self-knowledge. Without arts, a man cannot live well or live as man. Literary arts are meant to enlighten the ignorant. So, the man of letters must differentiate between the knowledge obtained and its social function. Men in a dehumanized society may communicate, but they cannot live in full communion. Thoughts emanate from writers, spread, explode, and dominate the whole epoch. René Descartes isolated thought from nature and divided man against himself. What Descartes said was already there and would have happened so even if he had not said so. Descartes mechanized human nature. Secularism has dehumanized society. As a result, there is no communion of human spirit. Tate blames the immoral or amoral politician for dehumanized mechanization. A man of letters must see to it that the modern society is not just a machine. He might have read more, but he might not have the cunningness of a politician. While the politician is cynically innocent, the man of letters is disdainfully innocent. He even withdraws from the society. Tate feels that the man of letters must play a more positive role in the society. Modern political philosophy has made modern literature shadowy. It is the duty of the modern man of letters to improve the moral tone of the society. Augustine and Dante saw the city of God even in the material city. This is not possible for the modern man of letters. The society shocks him with existentialist disorders. Society substitutes means for the ends. The idolatry of the means has become egregious. However, a more advanced worship is going on in Europe, eastward of Berlin, and in Asia. A Russian system of secularism borders on barbarism. What one sees in the West today is a psychic crisis expressing itself as a political crisis. This internal crisis affects the writer and he serves the existential disorders. He has to recreate a society in which everyone must be allowed to participate. Tate feels that the word communion does not mean being in touch with others. It means love that unites people. An enlightened person who says that he hates his brother is, in fact, in darkness. In a secularized country, a writer is not able to have communion with the audience. He is no better than a machine. The society is full of communication, but it's not backed up with communion. It is a society of means without ends. Literature must participate in promoting communion. From lyric to epic, every form is a recurrent discovery of the human communion, experienced in a definite place and at a definite time. The contemporary society is full of democratic urge, drive, stimulus, and response are the words used by the modern technologists. Tate considers this the language of the slaves. He wants to replace the words with discrimination. In a secular world, though the poet is able to communicate to the point of sharing, the news commentator does not allow the experience to be shared. Nothing can be shared, though everything is transmitted. This atmosphere must be cleansed completely by the man of letters. Tate assigns three types of roles to the writer: end, choice, and discrimination. The particular responsibility of a writer is discrimination through choice. This will bring him to the appointed conclusion. He must not be committed to illiberal specializations. In the modern society, he has to be critical and recreate the literary standards. His choice of the letter and the words is much important. He should keep up purity, integrity, and reality of language. Tate says that the letter the writer uses will give him power. It gives him the power of discrimination. The language the writer uses must have a link with the human community. Only then it will become the language of a free man. If a writer fails in this, his writings will be mere communications and mechanical analogies. A man of letters should have a sense of dedication, but it is difficult because the society is not democratic. He has to give something in return for his freedom. He must have the courage to condemn the abuse of democracy. He must be able to discriminate the usurpations of democracy that are perpetrated in the name of democracy. He must be allowed to publish its discriminations on the abuse of democracy, including the boorish jargon of the State Department, the dollars, and the gadgets. Men of letters are like the upstarts of gods of ancient Rome, spreading distractions and novelty, but his true province is culture itself. He should disseminate culture, which is the fulcrum on which even the state revolves. It is the duty of the man of letters to supervise the culture of language. The social man represents communion through love. It is beyond time.